Hey, what's up? It's Wednesday night. You know what that means. AEW Dynamite. And look, for those of you who are waiting for my Dark Side of the Ring review, I will be posting that up tomorrow morning. Thank you for your patience. Now, let's get into Dynamite. We finally have our blood and guts for the main event. But before we get into that, let's talk about the rest of the show. We started off with Jungle Boy's music hitting for like a whole freaking minute, and he doesn't come out. Then we get a video of Jack Perry basically burying Jungle Boy, and you can tell that's what he's doing because he is dragging a body that is wearing those god-awful boots that he normally wears to the ring, and I liked it. I think it was a cool way to say Jungle Boy has gone bye-bye, I'm Jack Perry now. Now, he does have a decent match with Hook. It's nothing to really call your girlfriends over and say, hey, did you see that match? It was so awesome. It was just whatever. It was okay. Now, I'll be honest. The thing that I really hate, though, is when they do that spot where the referee has gotten injured and he just can't move to save his life. So we do have a point of this match where Hook and Jack are pushing each other and end up pushing the ref. The ref pretty much got blown by wind and fell onto the ground, and I'm just like, what the hell? Like, Hook and Jack, they're just as big as like middle schoolers. Like, how could they possibly hurt a referee by a little push? Now, the referee is down for a little bit, and during this time we have Jack that takes advantage with the FTW title and hits Hook across the head with it. Then the referee magically woke up and he's okay and he can count to three, and he counted three, and we have a new FTW champion. That is Jack Perry. Now, the match is decent. It's okay. But I will say this. I don't know if he was going to disagree, but I really feel like him winning the FTW title is a step down compared to everything else that he's been doing these past few months. Now, he had a pretty good feud with the Four Pillars going for the Triple B. He wanted to win it. He didn't win. Then, I don't know what possessed him to call out Sonata for the IWGP World Heavyweight title, which is the biggest title in New Japan. So it's like, so you've been looking to get your hand on some of the biggest golds in pro wrestling, and now you have just lowered yourself to getting the FTW title that's not even recognized by the company. That is absolutely insane. So me personally, that's the part I don't like. Now, I don't mind seeing Hook and Jack getting into a feud with each other. I do wish that we had a little bit more time before we got to this match, because I don't think that the build was strong enough. But either way, I think it's a step down for Jack to win this title. Let's just see where they go with this. Other than that, the match was okay. So we come back from commercial break, and Taz is having a hissy fit about his son losing the FTW title, especially to the likes of Jack Perry. He doesn't want to be talking. He doesn't want to be on commentary. He's letting everyone know his heart is broken because his son lost. Well, tough shit, Taz. That's the real world for your son. Now, we do also have a camera that is filming Uncle Don and Chris Jericho at a restaurant. They're meeting up and they're talking about things, and they really don't want to be filmed. Now, we also have a video from Adam Cole and MJF. They're at an Asian restaurant where MJF can conquer his fear of eating spicy foods. Now, while they're over there in the restaurant, here's MJF. He's talking about his match with Big Bill, and he's letting everyone know that in front of 95,000 Maximaniacs, he took on a 600-pound Big Bill. Yeah, sounds like a really great story, MJF. Now, they get drunk, they eat food, and they end up double clotheslining a poor waiter at the restaurant. It's a fun moment when we have, see these videos of them getting along and having fun. To be honest, I never really thought that they would have chemistry like this at all. And it's been fun to see what they can do with each other. Now, after that, we do get to see Chris Jericho and Uncle Don come to the building together. They arrived to the show together, so it's looking like they're at least getting along with each other, but we still don't have word if Chris Jericho is going to be joining Don Callis' family. Now, after that, we have Britt Baker versus Kayla Sparks. If you do watch a lot of the indies shows, you would see Kayla a lot lately. This was a squash match, and I was really disappointed in this because it's like, okay, y'all just wanted to have women on the show, even if it is for 2 minutes. And to be honest, that's not a really good thing for the women's division. Like, it doesn't seem like it's being taken seriously. And it's not just with AEW. I feel like that with other promotions as well. Something needs to be done where they can help. Now, I've heard people say it'd be really cool to have Rampage be only the girls. No, definitely no. But anyway, Britt takes the win, and it's just like, come on, y'all on TV for literally 2 minutes. That's insane. Tony, let's give these girls better opportunities. So right before the finals for the tag team blind eliminator, whatever thing, tournament, blah, 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 MJF and Adam Cole are gift exchanging like it's December 25th. And you know what? I still like them together. They're really cool. I cannot wait for MJF to turn his back on Adam Cole. Either way, MJF has bought matching trunks for the both of them, while Adam Cole has matching jackets for the both of them. And the crowd are just marking out about it. And it's just like, okay, it's just clothes, guys. Calm the hell down. Now, Adam Cole is like, hey, I got another surprise for you, but you're going to have to wait on that. Now, they end up walking away. And then all of a sudden, you hear someone calling Adam, and it's Roderick. His neck is still in that damn brace, and he's looking sad as hell as usual. And he just wants to talk and hang out with his friend, but MJF is taking up all his time. So Daniel Garcia and Sammy makes it down to the ring first. Then here comes Chris Jericho's music hitting, and he makes some softer music, and the crowd is still singing. I love when he does that. It is so cool. But I had to mention this. He came out with those ugly purple, sparkly, high-ass heel boots that he brought last time. Those things haunted my dreams the first time I saw them. And I thought we'd never see them again. And unfortunately, they're back with a comeback. And you know what? Chris, retire those boots. It's not necessary. Now, after that, we do have MJF who comes out to his music. And then here comes Adam Cole. But we hear MJF's music. And MJF is like, hey, that's my song being played again. But it turns out to be a mashup between MJF's theme and Adam Cole's theme. And he is so happy about it. And he gives Adam Cole a big hug like that's his big brother. And his brother did something nice for him. It is like cringy, but it's cute at the same time. I love what they're doing with these two. Now, when the match gets started, here comes Daniel Garcia doing that dance again. Now, it looks ridiculous, but for the ladies, we're kind of interested in what's going on with that whole hip movement thing that he's doing. It's okay. Then here comes MJF doing it too, and it looks horrible. Then Daniel does it again. Then MJF does it again. And now they're having a dance off. They play music. And here is Sammy dancing with Daniel. And then we have MJF doing it by himself because Adam Cole doesn't want to look like a dumbass. So he's sitting in the corner. Then the crowd is like, hey, go ahead and dance. We want to see you dance. Then he goes and dances. And you guys, he danced like he has 2 left feet. And I just wasn't amused at all. Britt Baker, just know nobody's jealous of you being with Adam Cole. He don't have anything going on with him. Now, after the whole foolishness with them dancing or whatever, we finally get a match with them. And I really enjoy this because obviously we already know Sammy and Daniel have great chemistry, but we get to see more chemistry between MJF and Adam Cole. And for those of us who are paying attention, we are seeing MJF working us. I am totally invested in that moment when MJF just totally fucks everyone over, and this whole good time that we're having with Adam and MJF is going to be over at some point, and I can't wait to see how it happens. But in the meantime, I'm enjoying them together. They have great chemistry in the ring, and they're really, really funny, and they finally end up hitting that double clothesline. At the end of the match, they do to Daniel Garcia, and then MJF takes the pin, and they win. And now they are going to face FTR on Collision on July 29th for the AEW tag titles. Let's see if they can top what we just saw on Collision the other day. I don't know. But anyway, after the match was over, we do have Sammy and Daniel, they're walking to the back, and Chris Jericho stops them, and they just look at Chris Jericho like, don't even know him. They looked him up and down as like, bitch, who are you? And walked away. And I'm just like, oh, okay, that's how we're doing things today. That didn't surprise me, because I feel like they're probably feeling some type of way about Chris hanging out with Uncle Don, but we'll see where that goes in the future. But now we have an issue with MJF and Adam Cole. So after the match, MJF was too busy, interacting with the fans, and he's all happy they won and everything. So the referee gives the triple B to Adam Cole. Now, MJF looks at Adam Cole at the same time that Adam Cole is admiring the triple B. Now, MJF is like, whoa, what's going on here? He snatched his title and he's like, yo, what's up? And he ends up pushing him, and he's thinking that, he's just thinking that Adam just want to get a title from him. And, the fans, they're not happy about them not being on the same page. And they told Adam and MJF to hug it out. Can you believe it? A hug it out chant at a wrestling event? Well, they end up hugging it out, and the crowd went wild about it. So now they're friends again, and they're going to take on FTR. I can't wait to see what they do. Now, we had a really great match with FTR versus Bullet Club Gold. So let's see what Adam and MJF can do once they go for the tag titles. So then we have Renee. She's backstage with the best friends, and Darby and Nick Wayne. They all talking about upcoming matches that they got coming on. And really, I just don't care. I want to see blood and guts. When it comes to you guys matches coming up on Friday or whatever it is, we'll talk about it then. Anyway, blood and guts come on. And we started off with Claudio Castagnoli coming out first, and then Kenny Omega. And I'm just like, oh, okay, these are really two great people to have to start off this match. Now, BCC automatically have a advantage because Claudio comes out first. Their team are always going to have one more member over the Elite until all 10 men are in the ring. So after we do get some really great exchanges between Claudio and Omega, we do have Pac who comes in next. And Pac is like, bitch, I did not forget y'all breaking my nose during that trios tournament bullshit thing that we were doing earlier this year. I'm coming for revenge. Now, he takes all his frustration out on Kenny, and rightfully so. I get it. So then here comes Adam Page, who comes in. He is full of energy, and he wants to show people that he's relevant in this company. So he comes out, and he's just doing the most right off the bat. And at some point, he has Pac laying out on the ring, and he's going to do a moonsault from the second rope. Pac is laying right here, and this is where Adam is at. And it's like, bro, if you do this, you're going to eat up the mat at this point. You're like nowhere near Pac. Now, Claudio catches this, and he distracts Adam, and I guess he gets him to do the moonsault onto him. And it's kind of obvious, only if you're really, really paying attention or whatever. So I'm glad Claudio came for the save, because I think Adam would look really, really foolish if he would have went for that. So next, here comes Jon Moxley, and when his music hit, people are screaming. I hear women screaming like, John, have my babies, and I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. All right, I didn't hear that, but I heard a lot of girls screaming. They really like Moxley. Now, obviously, Moxley coming into this ring, he's really going to bring the violence in here. And it wasn't until Moxley got into the ring where we really seen weapons and all that stuff. And, the match definitely getting crazier. So now he comes in, he goes under the ring, and he gets a white bucket, dumps it out onto the ring, and it's broken glass. And I'm like, wow, this son of a bitch is crazy. Now, nothing happens at first when he brings it out until we have Nick Jackson who comes out, and Nick didn't even touch the ring yet at this point, and he does a drop kick from the ropes onto Moxley, and Moxley lands on the glass. Then he grabs up Claudio and does a hurricanrana onto the glass. So now he's hurt too. And I'm just like, wow, that is pretty insane. Now, after this, we do have Wheeler Yuta who comes out. Then Matt Jackson comes out. Then Takeshita comes out with a chair, a plastic baby chair, to be honest with you. And I'm just like, man, he must have been the only one to get this new policy memo, because everyone else is just doing all the craziest shit. Now, we do have here Moxley, he goes into the ring and he comes out with this board, and the board is full of nails, and they are so long, like maybe this long, maybe a little bit longer, and everyone is like, whoa, what the hell is that? Now he's trying to throw Kenny onto this, but Kenny is fighting with all his might to make sure that doesn't happen. So then at some point, he finally get Kenny where he wants him, and he ends up doing a drop kick onto Kenny Omega, who lands onto these nails. Kenny drops to his knees in agony, and here comes the board just falling onto his back, hitting him one more time, and I'm just like, whoa, that's insane. So then right after that, we do have Jon Moxley, who picks up Kenny and delivers a devastating power slam onto the nails, and I'm just like, wow, that is absolutely insane. And he just looked like he's in so much pain. And then here comes the next 10 seconds, and it's Ibushi who's coming out, and we do have Wheeler Yuta, who's not waiting for him to get in the ring. He meets him up at the ramp, and they're fighting. Now Wheeler Yuta, nothing much happens or whatever. Ibushi comes into the ring, and now we finally have all these guys in the ring. And to be honest, they're delivering as far as blood and guts go, minus the guts, but a lot of blood. But really what was going to matter the most here was how they were going to end this. And to me, I kind of didn't like it. Now, this match was pretty much an hour long, and it's too much for me to really cover, but I tried to get some things that are important. But I really think what was really important was how they ended up ending this whole saga between the Elite and the BCC. Since that's what it seems like, that's where they're going with this match. Now, one thing I did find to be funny was that during this match, we do have the commentators talking about the fans. They're encouraging the fans to donate blood to the Red Cross for people in need, while we have Jon Moxley in the ring just bleeding the fuck out. And I'm just like, wow, like, is this like appropriate right now? Couldn't we have not done this earlier on the show? It just felt funny for them saying this at the wrong time. But either way, how they end up having the end of this match is we do have Claudio, who accidentally uppercuts Pac. Now, he's really supposed to hit Kenny Omega, but Kenny moves out the way, and Pac was directly behind him. So with those little miscommunication, Pac was not feeling it, and he said, fuck all y'all, and your mama too, I'm out. He gets these bolt cutters, and he breaks the chain, and he leaves. And I'm just like, oh, okay, that's what we're doing today? So now it's 4 on 5. They're getting in the ring, and, you know, they're having a really great time in the ring, but then Uncle Don remembers, there's only 4 of y'all against the Elite. Kenny Omega promised to whoop my ass if they win, and it's looking likely at this point. So he tells Takeshita to get the hell out of the ring, we're out of here, and they leave. And honestly, I didn't like this, because while it kind of makes sense the way I'm saying it, it also feels like, how can we make the Elite win and make it look good for them? In my opinion, it doesn't look good for them, because it just seems like they couldn't win this cleanly without you guys losing some members. I would have preferred for everyone to finish this match. If Dom's going to get his ass whooped, he's going to get his ass whooped, or he could just run away. He would have had a chance to get away from all that, but they didn't do that. And I just felt like, damn, why couldn't this have been something clean with all 10 of these guys in the ring? Why did it have to end this way? I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a little too picky about it. But to be honest, I think it would have been better for the Elite to get a clean win rather than having 2 members from Team BCC to leave them in the ring. And yes, we have Wheeler Yuta taking the loss for BCC once again for the millionth time. And at some point, Wheeler Yuta is going to feel like the runt of the group. And I'm pretty sure that's going to happen later on. I don't want them to separate BCC for any reason, because especially until after the whole All In pay-per-view, I'd rather them stick together. Now, this was a really great blood and guts match. You guys know how these things go. However, I just wish the ending was different. But either way, I think we're going to see some interesting things with Pac and the BCC. We're going to finally see what Takeshita's doing with Uncle Don and all that stuff. I don't know. Things are seeming to be a little bit all out of place, but we gotta be patient and see how these stories play out. Guys, thanks so much for watching my review. I will be back tomorrow with ROH. Yippee. You know the pay-per-view is on Friday. Yeah. We're gonna wait and see how that goes. Bye.